Alright, hey everybody, it's Corey with Neurotic Knives. Thought I'd do a video today on Demko knives. Haven't really done a dedicated video to them. Started getting into them, started collecting them, looking for more actually. But I just wanted to kind of go through little things that I like about them and what I don't like about them. Which I don't think there's much that I don't like about them. But so, you know, the 80/20 Slim, you know, this one's in Magna Cut. I'm waiting on some OG scales. I don't know which one. I might swap them out for one of these. But so you get your 80/20 or 20S. My newest one, which I really love this blade shape, shark's foot blade. You know, you can tell the difference between the Slim and the, you know, quite a bit of difference. It is a good, nice, slim, slicey blade. Got that one. Clip point, which I do like the clip point. It's not as dramatic, I don't think, as most. Maybe so, but I've seen some that are worse, but like it. And then I've got the regular drop point, which I think this one's growing on me, but I like this one, or this might be a spear point. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments. I'll have to go back and check. And then another clip point. So what I like about them is the ergonomics are just spectacular. I mean, you know, I've got braided XL hands and it fits like a glove. You know, this is down here and it's, you know, it just fits perfectly. You know, your jimping is in the right spot. You know, your thumb studs are perfectly placed. And I almost bought one without the hole in it, but I just, aesthetically, it just doesn't catch my eye. It doesn't scream, I don't know, it doesn't just scream like Demko to me. And I know there's people that love those. I don't really like them. I probably will get one because I'm trying to collect different blade shapes and different steels. But like going back to the ergos, you know, the clip, I mean, you can squeeze on it as much as you want and it doesn't bother me none at all. Like, at all. And, you know, like I said, thumb studs, very well placed, and just smooth as butter, especially on like a full tie direct from Demko. I'm guessing they might use skiffs in these, I'm not sure, but you can tell a huge difference between that and aftermarket scales for whatever reason, you know, because you got to take these. The one thing, I guess, I will say, the only negative thing about, like, is, because this one, like, I put a backspacer on it, and I kind of like that. I might do another backspacer on one of my builds, but I think I'm going to do a, like, kind of a textured one next time, although I do like this. But ergos are great. If you know, they're big. If you don't like big knives, you're just not gonna like them. And just everything is put perfectly. I mean, the locking system and the way the fidget factor of these knives is just awesome. Because I you know, every one of us plays with our knives at one degree or another. But these are just super fidgety. You know, the locking system is cool. I really don't care about locking systems though, to be honest with you. You know, we're in 2025. I'm not afraid. I don't think any of my knives are going to fail on me. If you know, it's just, you know, I don't need a cold steel knife that's going to support 700 pounds of pressure. It's just not my thing. You know, liner locks, frame locks, axis lock, you know, it's just, locking systems don't mean much to me, but when they're put in a way that you know, like this is just probably my favorite lock. If I had to pick a lock, just because of I guess the fidget factor and you know, you got to give it to the guy for coming up with something like this. You know, it's just very cool. The one thing I would say, it's just the only thing I don't like about them, and it's just me nitpicking, and it doesn't even matter unless you're changing scales, but you do have to take the whole knife completely apart. You know, both sides, which, like I said, it's not hard to do. It's just, I don't have to do it with any of the other ones I've ever had to, you know, replace anything with. You just pop this off and put them on, but you know, they're just badass knives. You know, they're heavy. You know, the slim is cool. I wish they would do more of the polished stonewash. I mean, it's hard to tell, you know, without the light, but you can kind of tell this is a lot more reflective on the slim here. Wish they would do some of those, some more like this. But I bought if you watch my videos, I got him a stealth cub. Stealth cub for Christmas. He loves that fucking thing. You know, it's too small for me. You know, it works just the same and everything like that. But it does work the same. And I did buy an aftermarket clip from, I think, Lynch. And what you want to know about that is, I wish I would have brought the clip with me in my little studio here, but the clip, you know, it's a deep carry. It's a really cool looking clip, but it's real small because when you order one, it'll say compatible with 80/20 and 80/20.5. Well, the compatibility is, you know, here and here. You know, it's actually an 80/20.5 clip, so it's real skinny and real short, and it kind of just looks goofy on here. So I don't really prefer it, but, you know, like ease in and out of the pocket, you know, I like it with the titanium. Like this one's aluminum until I get more titanium because they don't drop. And I kind of lost my train of thought there. But, you know, the hardware's, I believe that's all T8 and maybe a T10 on the pivot. So the hardware is all good. You know, do I care if there's a lanyard hole or not? Not really. I mean, it doesn't dissuade me from the knife. I know some people like them. I know more that don't, but it's all preference. But like the ergos, and they got the, we'll talk about the XL. I'd like to get one, but I don't know. It just looks way too big. And I like big knives. It just kind of looks like, because like I'm not a big fan of the aesthetics of the Oz Roosevelt, which, you know, that's just me personally. I know they're very popular, but I'm not jumping on the bandwagon and paying for, and they're not very big, like the standard version, so it'd be too small for me anyway. I mean, I'd like to try one, but I don't want to spend all that money on something that, you know, is not my cup of tea just to be on the bandwagon and getting the new thing. And I don't understand why they don't ship to dealers now if they're going by, if I understand it correctly, Oz goes by, like their blades are like numbered. So it's that one, so I don't know, there's 1,000 or several thousand. I don't know why you have to get a lottery to get one. You know, I think that hype needs to die down and they just need to producing more. And bring me to another point, like, I wish they would drop more of these in full tie. I know they're more expensive, but it would just be nice. I mean, I know it's hard to do when you've got a smaller shop and not a lot of people in there, but you know, more offerings like that so everybody can like kind of get one would be nice, and you don't have to pay out the nose, you know, for, you know, it would, you know, I don't know. I'm not a big G10 person myself. I just, you know, I've got hinders, all my hinders that I ever get, I got to put a tie scale on. It's just not for me. It's either got to be aluminum or titanium, one of the two. That's just, might be just me. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, the other good thing about, I wouldn't say about Demko, but I would say it is you know, you can get the OG scales, you know, so that I'm sure that they have to release a form saying you can make our scales for us. I'm sure that's the case. I don't see it being otherwise. But, you know, is this one shorter than this one? No, that's just an optical illusion. So but you do have to catch them on the drop on the OG scales, and finally caught them on a drop, titanium on the last drop, and they said shipping in the fall, so hopefully August or whatever, no big deal. But so yeah, I mean, blade shape, they all come razor sharp. You know, this one is the only one that didn't come razor sharp, so I did go ahead and put my own edge on there. But they're all just wicked sharp that I've got, and it looks like they might even strop them. If you look at like I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it kind of looks like they've stropped them a little bit. Maybe it's just me, but like if you look right above that edge, you can kind of see that. I don't know if that'll come across on camera or not. Either way, super pleased with the sharpness. And then, like, you know, OG Scales has so many different options too, which is cool. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to make a short video. You know, I love these things. You know, I'm a big Medford guy, huge Medford guy, and started collecting these, and I just can't get enough, and it's starting to hurt me. Starting to hurt my wallet a little bit, but I know that DLT, I'll try and put a link down below. I think that they're doing a Demko drop, but I don't remember what date it is. You have to go on their insiders page and check out but they've got several titaniums versions. They've got XL versions. And I'm sure those will sell out in less than 60 seconds. I'm going to try and get in on I'm not going to go for the XL just because it just doesn't it doesn't appeal to me. I'd like to try one eventually, but not right now. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Give me a subscribe, like, follow, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.